Hey YouTube, in this video I'm going to be doing a deck profile on my updated, and finally I would consider it a more cohesive, more complete Gold Paladin Liberator deck. So this is my updated Liberator deck. This is the original one I had back when Binding Force came out, and then I swapped it for Gancelot when Brilliant Strike came out back in July, and now I've swapped it back for the most part back to the Garamore build, only now that Monarch Alfred is out, and I did pull two of them, I did add him to the deck to make it more centered on Blaster Blade Liberator. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So for the grade 3 lineup, 2 Wolfang Liberator Garamore. A lot of people hate this guy and think he's like the worst Gold Paladin boss. They think Gancelot's better. Like Zenith, they think is better. And I don't know, I mean, I would say that Zenith has his own merits. He's got a cross break ride, and he makes whatever the top deck you get a pretty good beater. Like it's not going to be just a terrible card like what he made top deck, like a critical on the field, a heal on the field, and some bad stuff then like a random grade 2. So that's the downside of him. I won't argue that, although he is pretty good with a lot of the new support they've got, so I stuck with him. So he's back in here. And then the 2 Liberator Monarch Sanctuary Alfred. So I pulled 2 of these. So I decided to run them and try to build a deck that can focus and actually utilize him effectively. So 2 of him and 2 Garamore. Those are my main grade 3 Vanguard choices. And the backup Vanguard, or the one that you're most likely to see early game, right now it's a pretty budget friendly card. So 4 Liberator Holy Shine Dragon. I did manage to pull, if I remember, I pulled, well actually I think I only pulled 1 of these. I don't remember, it was either 1 or 2. So I got 2 of these from a friend. 2 or 3 extra copies, I forgot. I think it was 3 actually. But anyway, so this replaced the need to run the Break Ride. If you have the Break Ride, obviously you can still run the Break Ride, but I mainly wanted to see any kind of weird combos with this, because this is kind of like Costume Change Alk. The grade 3 that came out with the Bermuda Triangles recently, that promo card. It has a similar kind of effect like that. So I'm trying to see like what kind of crazy plays you can do with it. And the nice thing about it, it's easy to get, it's double R, and unlike most double R cards, this is an 11k body, so it's still 11k. So that's the grade 3 lineup. For grade 2s, the deck finally caught up to my Revenger deck in the sense that now I have 4 Blaster Blade Liberators instead of just that one random Blaster Blade Liberator that I had in the past, like in all the other Liberator decks that I built. So now, because of all the support that Blaster Blade Liberator got from set 15, I decided to finally make the deck run the way it's meant to run. So 4 Blaster Blade Liberator. He's very important. So 4 copies of him is recommended. And because of the 4 copies of him, you're most likely to see him hit the field like 2 to 3 times in a game. At least 2, just like how Blaster Dark was able to run in Revengers. So for that, we're running 4 of his friend here, Blaster or Red Rainbow Liberator Balan. So whenever Blaster Blade Liberator is placed on R, he gets 5,000, so that makes him 1,400, so that's really good. That makes him automatically able to hit Cross Rise, unboosted. He can hit magic numbers. I mean, that's 14. They're going to have to throw... Well, if it's 11k, they're still going to have to throw a 5. But, you know, if it's early game, this is still pretty good. And then the 1 Liberator Starry Trumpeter that I pulled. So I threw it in. It works with Blaster Blade Liberator. My 1 Fallon. And my 1 Overcast Liberator Geraint. So this guy and Fallon are your, I like to call him 12k. This isn't really a traditional 12k. He's a traditional 12k. But this guy can actually stack higher. Like he can go to like 15, 18, 21. He can hit a lot of numbers because he works pretty well with Garamore, and he works very well with, well, he works good with all of these. So in fact, I was actually thinking of taking Fallon out and putting another one of these in, but Fallon is just overall more reliable for the most part. You're always just going to get that 12k attack that he has. So, but anyway, this guy works pretty good with any of these, especially these 2. So that's the grade 2 lineup. Pretty interesting lineup. For grade 1s, 2 Quintet Wall, Sword Formation Liberator Igraine, and 2 Hail Liberator Mark. This is a pretty popular build for Liberators for some reason, and I'll explain why in a little bit. A lot of people say that this is actually pretty good, or just like 3 Mark and 1 of her. But this is a deck that the Quintet Wall actually does work pretty well in, surprisingly. And then 4 White Rainbow Liberator Balan or Balan. So this is the Geraint for them, and he's actually better than Geraint because it doesn't matter like where Blaster Blade Liberator is placed. It just has to be placed on R. Like, it doesn't have to be in the same column, so you can unflip a damage. So that's just very good. This is the main reason why Garamore, I consider him playable again, and I like how their armor is kind of matching colors. So Garamore works really well with him because he gives Garamore extra counterblast because it's expensive counterblast 3. And Monarch also benefits from the same exact reason because they're both counterblast 3. Whoops. Next, 3 Mayrain Liberator Bruno. He's your main booster. So 3. And then I'm trying 2 of these Starry Skies Liberator Guinevere. This is one of the reasons why Igraine is pretty good with them, because they actually have a way to turn a grade 1 into a 10k shield. And then my 1 Barcgal Liberator. So this is because it's very Blaster Blade centric. I am running the Blaster Blade support cards. That's the grade 1 lineup. For grade 0s, we are running, well, we're running, nothing really changed. So it's still going to be 4 heal, 4 draw, and 8 critical. So nothing changed. That's, in my opinion, that's still the ideal ratio for them. Some people will do something random like not 6 critical, 6 draw, but because that's unnecessary with all the top decking. But they'll do some kind of weird variant like I think I've seen somebody run 4 stands and 8 critical, or I've seen 7 critical, 6 draw, something weird like that. But for the most part, 8 critical, 4 draw is good enough for Liberators. And then the starter is Yearning Liberator Arum. He is very good with Blaster Blade Liberator, and he came out in the recent set 15. So that was basically the deck. Let me know what you guys think of the choices, specifically the grade 1 and 2 tech choices, and also let me know about what you think of this guy. I kind of think that Monarch Alfred is kind of overhyped in playtesting this deck, but Holy Shine Dragon seems like he would be pretty good with Legion. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and if you like the video, please subscribe. Stay tuned for more Cardfight Vanguard videos. Thanks.